Welcome back, roamers.
It's 2026.
Hey, it's 26. Hey, it's 26. Hey, it's 26.
Wow. 2026.
How are we doing, guys? Oh. It's been how many days into 2026? Today is currently January 6th. And some shit's gone down.
So much.
Too much.
much has gone down.
But it's been a good 2026 so far. What can we say?
It's been good. How were your holidays?
Mine were good.
Mine were good.
Good Christmas.
Yes.
New Year's. I slept through New Year's
Oh, really? You guys didn't stay up?
I had to work at 7 a.m. the next day.
Oh, right. No, that's fair. That's
okay,
fair.
guys, adulting. It's okay.
That's fair.
Enjoy your youth. To the youth out there, enjoy your youth.
Right.
We're young. That's fine.
Right. But yes, welcome back to Phantom Rumor Cafe.
This is so cool.
I'm your host, Isabella.
And I'm Emmy. And today,
we are roaming with
Stranger Things. Dun, 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 dun.
Right.
The music is so iconic. It's so good.
Oh, it's incredible. Did they ever win Emmys for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah, they won many Emmys, I'm sure.
I hope so. I mean,
on Netflix it says Emmy award-winning show.
Correct, yes.
So
yes.
I'm going to assume it's one Emmy.
Probably.
But yeah, today we're going to be talking about Stranger Things. Obviously, season 5 of Stranger Things, but also going to be talking about the whole series as a whole and like its impact on pop culture and what it means now that it's gone. Like, it's so sad, but we'll get into that in a second. Yeah. We haven't done a roaming with in forever, which is like a main episode. So if you're new here, we do this thing where we do a small segment where we just talk about things that we're currently roaming with. It means things we're currently watching, reading, listening to. Isa. Oh, not you mewing at the screen.
Yes. Okay. I am currently roaming with. I'm on, I would say, like the outskirts now of Heated Rivalry. That was my obsession.
For the last month.
But because it's just, if you know, you know. It's incredible. If you haven't checked it out, you should. If you've been seeking good queer media, that is the creme de la creme as of now. It's so good. Now I'm currently roaming with also Percy Jackson. We're almost done with season 2, which is so sad.
Wow, I thought it just started.
No, they started early December.
Yeah, I feel like that just started.
Yeah, it's been 4 or 5 episodes. There's only, I think, 8.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, 8 or 10, something like that. But
people really love that show.
It's so good, and they're wrapping up season 3 in March, which is incredible.
That's the quick turnaround we want.
Yeah, no, they've been good with the turnaround time, but because of the age for the younger kids, they hit puberty like overnight.
That's how it's going to be for those Harry Potter kids.
Yeah, but I feel like they have a little bit more leniency because of how early they started filming. They started filming, I think, when they were 14, 15. So it's around that weird age where puberty can hit overnight.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But they are incredible job. I can't wait for season 3. What else? Oh, and I'm currently reading Brimstone. She's interesting.
That's the second one of Quicksilver.
Yeah, she's interesting. I'm halfway.
You know Drew's reading that too right now?
Yes, but I gotta be careful because when she was talking about it on her podcast, I was like, hold on. I don't want to skip, but I want her to hold.
She didn't divulge it. I just listened to it. She didn't. Nothing that was spoiler to me, at least.
No, but that's the thing. Like,
you never know.
The thing with Drew, she may not realize. Like, it happens to me. I may not realize what I say is a spoiler because the people around me are not reading it. So when she was talking about it, I was like, okay, thank God she didn't say anything about it. But I will say, with people not being happy with the ending, it is a spoiler to me because it's like, what does that mean? If let's say it's a good
spoiler of Brimstone or
yes, because it's of Brimstone. So it's like the same thing with like Stranger Things. It's like when you divide the fandom in that sense, like overall it was good, overall it was bad. Like that in itself is a spoiler because you're already given like that precedent of like how to feel in a sense. Like you could be like, I may disagree with it, but you're like, why? You're already in the back of your mind like, what am I gonna read? So hearing fans tell her that, I'm like, damn, bro. Like, sometimes I don't want the review. Sometimes don't let me know. Let's talk about it when we're done reading.
I don't like to read reviews for movies, books, TV before watching it or reading it, just because like it does affect your mindset.
Yeah, but you could disagree 100%, or you will agree with it. You don't know. But anyway, so those are the only things that I'm currently reading with. Music, instrumentals, a lot of instrumentals. Yeah, that's basically it.
That's good. For me, music, I've kept it pretty like chill. So a lot of Leve and it's like you're choking. The way that it looked, it's just like upside down.
Like, is it slow?
Leve and Olivia Dean, like that kind of style of music right now. Jazzy. Yeah. And then reading, I'm back in my reading era, guys. I read 4 books in December. Everyone clap. I read The Outsiders, which research purposes, it was a reread for me. But I read it when I was 10, so it doesn't count. What else did I read? I read Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I read this Summer in the City by Alex Astor, which she gifted me like for my birthday.
That was graduation.
For graduation. Oof, see, guys, I've been in a slump for like 8 months. And then I just finished, I read Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez, and I just finished Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez.
Period.
So I've been reading a lot, guys.
That's good.
It's good, yeah. And then when it comes to TV shows, I'm currently watching Smash. I've been told by so many people to watch Smash because I'm a big Gleek. So I like it so far. It's pretty interesting, like the dynamics of like how a workshop for a Broadway show basically works and like how long it takes for them to like become a thing and like all the different working pieces that it goes into making it.
Is it a scripted show?
Smash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never
it's
heard
a TV. It's a TV drama.
Okay.
But it's drama comedy. But it takes place in New York, and it's about these famous Broadway songwriters who are trying to make a new show, and they have an idea to write a show about Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, about the story, the life of Marilyn Monroe, and then they basically are working with this producer who just got divorced from her husband, who was the main reason why she was producing. It's like a whole thing. There's a lot going on.
Okay.
But it's like they're in the early stages of workshopping the show, and it like shows that, and like it took them like forever to cast Marilyn. They still don't even know who Marilyn's gonna be.
Real.
Like it just shows you like the drama that happens behind Broadway shows and why certain things take so many years to kick off because people don't want to invest their money into something without knowing if it's gonna do well. Like right now, the episode I'm on is like they just replaced the actress who's playing Marilyn Monroe with a big star, a Hollywood star, because they think the Hollywood star is gonna bring more people. But the Hollywood star can't sing.
Well,
So
that's tea.
yeah.
That's tea.
And then I've been watching tons of movies, and trying to, get my film media up.
I've only seen 12 films. According to Letterboxd, I've only seen 12 films.
No, she didn't, guys. Yeah, her Letterboxd Wrapped was a little messed up.
No, I don't think it was messed up. I just think they need to switch up the coding of the app to those that don't use Letterboxd. So you could log, review, rate, like it's a cool way to interact with the film community and like see what people's comments are and stuff. I thought when you rate a movie, it automatically, like in the system, it identifies it as you logging it. Because in my mind, you reviewing something is like a diary entry in a way. Like you're going out of your way to type a review. That makes sense. So but according to Letterboxd, reviewing it is one thing. You have to log it. So, but I learned my lesson. I was like, first movie logging this year.
That's okay.
Inception.
That's okay. If you're interested to see, we won't be doing the Letterboxd reviews, but we did do a video with our friend Adriana. She did the Jurassic Park video with us last year. We did something for her socials. If you want to go check that out, it'll be up on the Instagram.
Yes.
We basically talk about our top 5 movies of 2025. It's good fun over there.
It was fun.
It's good fun. She will be joining us later this year. Actually, not too far away for another video we have coming up. So, well, I guess we got to get into the Stranger Things. What's going on with Stranger Things, guys? Did you guys watch Stranger Things?
Yeah, did y'all?
Just so
y'all
we know,
ever heard of her?
This will be spoiler heavy. I feel like that's a given.
Yes, unfortunately, like I.
Unless you're like Issa, who likes to watch videos about shows she's never seen or movies she's never seen and hear the spoilers. So, I guess we should start with season 5, right?
Well, yeah. What were your initial reactions when you watched it? I mean, from part 1, that was Thanksgiving.
We saw part 1. I saw part 1 by myself, and then the next day I watched part 1 with Issa on Thanksgiving.
Yes.
I really liked part 1.
I enjoyed part 1.
I liked part 1. People were saying it was too slow. People were saying that there wasn't enough action.
It's the beginning of a season.
I was having that same argument with somebody. It's okay.
Okay.
But I enjoyed part one. I liked the build-up. I liked where it was going. I was very drawn to the first episode, The Crawl, and the concept of them having to live in this, like, government, like, isolated town now.
Yes.
And trying to infiltrate the Upside Down to still find Vecna because they know what the big bad is. And it's, like, it was very interesting, very good. And obviously ending part one with Will having powers, essentially, or
Yes.
like in a way he has powers because he's connected to Vecna's hive mind, right?
Yes.
I enjoyed part one.
I enjoyed it. I think it was great.
Now, is the writing a little cringier? I guess, I suppose, a little bit, just a little bit, but I think it's still well done. It's also harder. You have to give props to the Duffer Brothers because it's harder to write. When they started season one, they had half the cast that they have now.
Yep.
So now they have to deal with twice the amount of characters and writing storylines for them. So I can kind of see how it becomes like a little hectic. But as somebody who loves Game of Thrones, it wasn't something new for me because I would go 2-3 episodes without seeing Jon Snow and then have to go back in and lock in. So it's all about paying attention.
Yeah, I think it's about paying attention. I do think that one argument that I saw is that they are still trying to make this a kid's show, so that's why the dialogue is a little wonky. But I will argue that's, in a way, you're dumbing the audience down. You're trying to be like, oh, we're going to write a bit immature dialogue so it's more digestible for the younger kids. Kids are smarter than one may think, and also it's a lot of show don't tell. I don't think the dialogue was horrible.
No, but I don't think they're dumbing it down for the audience.
But that's what people were saying. It's like because they're making it for kids by it being cringy, making it very simple.
Like modernizing, I guess.
I don't think they were modernizing it though. It's just being simple and really repetitive.
I guess, yeah, in some aspects. But what I liked a lot about part one, and it comes into part two a little bit too, is the science. They bring back the science aspects of season 1 and 2 that I really love, which is like intertwining how the Upside Down works within their world through the lens of science. I really like that. Mr. Clark came back.
Yes.
Love Mr. Clark Down, one of my favorite characters. So I don't know. I think obviously I can also understand the argument of they were feeding on nostalgia, but like doesn't every final season of a show do that? Let's be honest.
Wait, but isn't it what, the 80s, 90s? Is the
No, feeding on nostalgia from the earlier seasons.
But isn't that kind of like reflecting? I don't know. I thought that's what you do in a show.
People are saying that where they were using a lot of like emotional moments from the earlier seasons and using them as flashbacks here to make that the emotional moment instead of creating new emotional moments. I don't know. I don't agree with that. I think there was some good, especially in part one. The big emotional moment is obviously Noah and Robin's like evolution in their relationship of like her trying to basically tell him it's okay to be who you are.
Yes.
And like her speech, and that's the reason he like finally has the courage to like stand up to Vecna in that sense. So I thought that there was emotional like scenes. I don't think they were only using nostalgia, but like I said, it's every series does that. Every series is going to use its earlier
as
emotional scenes as flashbacks because it's the final season. We're reflecting on what happened.
In a way, you're kind of telling the audience, from my perspective, what people are saying, if we don't want that, to move on. I feel like, for example, shows like Game of Thrones, to kind of flash back in those moments, reflecting on those kids, when the characters that they started as kids and now they're adults, it's like looking back how far they've come. Now, yes, they're in high school, but there was moments in high school when I reminisced on middle school and those moments being with my friends. Like, I think COVID, a lot of times, it truly like affected people's memories and interactions.
Attention spans as well.
Well, attention span, that's like the bare minimum. That's the thing that will forever be changed. But it's like people, you can't do flashbacks because they're not moving on. Oh, they're reminiscing on nostalgia. But that's realism in the storyline, in every storyline.
Yeah. So like I can understand certain arguments for faults within the writing, but that one I don't agree with about they're using old scenes to create emotional moments when there are original emotional moments within season 5 part 1.
Y'all can't say anything about the MCU then. Y'all can't say anything about the MCU then. Exactly. So I don't know. I hate that excuse, but go on.
Part 2.
Oh, yes.
Okay, part 2 came out on Christmas Eve.
I don't remember. I think it was Christmas Day.
Christmas Day. I remember watching it with my family.
Oh, yeah, because I saw all the TikToks of, like, hurrying up Christmas dinner to go back home at 8 p.m.
Yeah. I like that they did it at 8 p.m., though. I wish they did it at 6, just a little bit earlier, because we ended up staying up to almost 1.
But you have to think about it on the West Coast.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's too early for them.
Well, part 2 came out Christmas Day. I thought part 2 was good, but not as good as part 1, if that made sense. Now, we were just having this discussion the other day about, or maybe it wasn't you. Wait, it was you, about binging versus weekly episodes, and how I told Issa was rightfully pissed that Netflix is the only streaming service that does 2-parters instead of doing weekly episodes. With Stranger Things, I much more would have preferred the weekly episodes, because with the parts and them being a month apart as well, kind of like, not that I didn't remember what happened, because I remember what happened, but it kind of just felt like a jolt. I don't know, like it felt too like abrasive. I didn't think part 2 was well structured.
I'm just curious, like, from, let's say, like, storytellers ourselves, like, for our own projects, like, why would we do that? Why would you give the audience the first part of a story and then a month later the second part?
Yeah, I think that they kind of are using the fact that they know it won't lose momentum. Like, it's the final season, people are gonna want to watch it, that kind of stuff. But I just think it doesn't allow the story enough time to like breathe. If that makes sense. I think so.
Yeah. For something like Stranger
Things. As
a
weekly thing, I think it would have maybe felt better as an audience viewer. I don't think it would have affected ratings or how many viewers and things like that. But I think it would have been easier to consume, and it would have been better to understand. Not that it was confusing at all at any point, but I don't know. I had an issue with the 2-parter thing.
Well, since I forget who was the first series they did. Was it Bridgerton?
Probably.
I think Bridgerton
was the first big show
to separate the 2 parts.
3.
Because
it was season 2.
Was it 2? I don't remember. I thought it was 3.
I think it was 3.
But anyway, I think what I don't understand, HBO, they've been doing the weekly. Hulu, they've been doing the weekly. Disney Plus, they do the weekly. Percy Jackson is a weekly show. Every Wednesday, y'all tune in. And what is it about Netflix? Here's the thing. I always tell her, they want to make money, but they don't want to make enough money. Because you're telling me the only reason why they're releasing these things is to build the subscriptions. They could still do that by releasing it weekly.
Yeah.
I don't see the loss of them doing it weekly. If anything, what's kind of cool, which I assume like you have done with Game of Thrones, you go back to the previous episode. You're like, oh, I want to watch I want to binge these 2 episodes. Not back to back, but like, oh, I don't want to only do a recap. Like, I want to go watch the episode before the next episode drops. So the viewership, in my opinion, would increase because the people keep going back. No, they're doing the same thing. Those that are gonna rewatch part 1, get ready for part 2, the finale. They're gonna rewatch the whole season. I could see that, but I think to build the momentum in the culture, we see it with other shows. I don't understand why Netflix isn't at least play with it. This is I think the show that they should have gambled with that. To see, okay, if it doesn't do well with Stranger Things, I don't know about another show.
They need to get rid of this whole part 1, part 2 structure.
It doesn't make any sense.
Netflix needs to get rid of the part 1, part 2 structure, honestly.
It ruins the story.
And people hate the weekly episode thing, but I personally prefer it over the part 1, part 2 thing. I think a weekly episode keeps people more engaged, creates the community like you're talking about. Yes. Mm-hmm. That's all we'll say about that. Moving on. Part 2, in general, the plot line itself, there's
a lot on Holly.
Yes, it was a lot on Holly, but I also felt like it was a lot of like, it didn't need to be that long. I don't know. I felt like a lot of scenes felt repetitive.
Okay.
Or just felt like we weren't getting to the point.
Like fast enough, or just like in general?
Like, yeah. I don't know. I think it was the stuff with Max and Holly for me.
So do you?
That was the weaker plot line of this season, in my opinion.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like the only time I'll agree with the whole reusing an emotional scene is they recreated the Max running scene 3 times.
No, I think
we didn't need it a second or a third time. Doing that diminishes the original one and how strong that felt in that moment.
The last one, when the entire time I was like, why is she walking?
That was the funniest shit on the line right
I-
on there. It's like
I was
everyone's like, bitches, go, move.
It's moments like that where we always joke around. The villain is talking too long. That's why you get killed. The person is walking a little too slow. That's why you get captured. I was like, Vecna is behind you, baby girl. Hurry up. And that's one thing too. Like what looking back, the first running scene of Max, she's running the whole time, but the tension is the slowness. You're like, oh my god.
Yeah, the way
is
they
she
edited
going?
it. Yeah,
This. There was very little.
There's no tension. There's like, bitch, hurry up.
We're like, 2 times.
Now you're being dumb.
Oh my! Now,
Yeah.
see, from a director's perspective, I'm like, are you trying to kill time?
And that whole speech for nothing, just for Holly to get captured again.
Oh my god! No.
The whole speech was for nothing. She got just for her to get captured again. To be fair, Max didn't know what she was gonna be dealing with when she jumped back in, but for nothing.
Right.
For nothing. And then also, oh my god, what was I gonna say? I don't know. I just felt like that storyline was so dragged out.
What I didn't really like the entire time, I was like, I'm not emotional towards Holly. Respectfully,
Okay.
they could have captured someone else. I honestly would have been gagged if they captured maybe Lucas. Someone extremely unexpected.
I think the point was to be a child. Like it was.
Okay. I see.
But
Yeah, that's.
you know what would have been better? Maybe I don't think. Okay, let me explain who I thought would have been maybe better, but why it probably doesn't work. Erica, because she's an established character we already know, who's a child who we know would be ruthless and fight against Vecna. But that's the reason it probably wouldn't work, is because she knows too much about who Vecna is.
Bitch, what is this?
She knows too much about who Vecna is
Yeah.
to not be like captured. And the point is Vecna finding children who are in need of like a friend or of like this and that, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I don't know. I think that it works with Holly. Like it makes sense. You know, she's part of the like family and Mike's sister and whatever. But maybe if the Duffers had given her more screen time back in season 3 and 4, maybe I would have felt more attached to her or more scared for her life.
I felt, unfortunately, the same way I felt towards all the other kids. I'm like, I hope they survive. Like I didn't feel the.
I never really thought they were gonna die. You know, Stranger Things is one of those shows where like you can say it's not predictable because like you really don't know where the Duffers are gonna go when it comes to the logic of the Upside Down and the science behind the Upside Down. But it's predictable in the sense that everyone's gonna survive. Let's be serious.
Okay, what were your thoughts for that with part 2?
Let's be serious. When at the end of part 1, when somebody major didn't die, I said no one's dying this season.
Damn.
I said no one's dying this season.
I wasn't for me.
If they couldn't commit to it, that's a big. Yes, the will having powers is a big thing, and it was awesome. But a death would have been more shocking. Like this shit is real. Like this shit is harder than anything we've ever fought before. Them just saying this is harder than anything we've ever fought before doesn't make it true.
We know.
Like we know. You know what I mean?
Yes. I see that. Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not here to be like, yeah, we got to kill these main characters. If by killing a main character, it makes you a better writer. No. But we could have.
That's actually
we could have raised the stakes a bit.
I think that's an extremely good point. That just by killing off a character does not make you a good writer.
Correct, but I'm just saying, like for this, it would have a show where like the stakes are supposed to be so high. Doing something like that would have raised the stakes.
Mind you, no one injured.
Nothing.
By the end of part 1, I was expecting someone got a broken arm or something.
Nothing. And like, yeah, you can go back. Max got injured at the end of season 4. Cool, but like, it's not.
Well, okay. If I recall correctly, I remember in the bathroom scene when the kids were trying to escape from the military zone.
That was a funny ass scene.
I think that was great. I think it was fantastic. I will say there was a moment where Mike he like hit his shoulder on the wall.
Yeah.
What happened?
He's magically better.
Oh.
He's magically better.
I thought
we ignored that. That didn't happen.
Okay. So they're gaslighting us.
Yes.
Oh no. So you know what it is? You know, like when like
you kind of did clock that. What happened to his injury?
No, but remember when
Lucas too. Lucas was like stabbed.
Oh my. Magically healed.
Magically
they have the golden fleece around them. I don't know.
They have the golden fleece?
No,
they have Tangled in the back.
Flower
gleam and glow. Yeah. She's back there.
Because like whenever I like someone like bumps into me, I'm like, oh. That's
how it was.
That's how
how it
Mike did
was.
it. He was like, guys, I'm just playing. I'm like,
So none of their injuries were real. Like I said, okay. Like I understand it's one of those shows where it's supposed to be like we're all
Dustin had
heroes.
more injuries among those.
Yeah.
And you see the progression throughout the season of him healing.
Well, yeah, because it only takes place over like a week.
I know.
Not even.
Yeah, but still, that's what I'm saying. At least we see him being beat the fuck up, and then the progression of him healing.
Dustin's storyline was interesting this season.
Yes.
Because obviously the main thing is his dynamic with Steve and their relationship and kind of trying to understand each other now that Dustin's gone through this dark thing of losing Eddie. But I like that Dustin tapped back into his little sassy science roots. He's always been the science guy. Like he's always been, I would say, I don't want to say the smartest of the four, but he's always been the one most tapped into like the science. When they were all kids, they loved the AV stuff. They loved learning with Mr. Clark. But the older they got, I would say that obviously Lucas, Mike start to focus more on 11 and Max, like the whole girlfriend thing. Will is still trying to like hold on to his childhood, and Dustin's just doing his own thing. Literally as early as season 2, Dustin is doing his own thing.
Honestly,
away
that's
from
so
the group.
real.
So Dustin's always been the more independent one of the four, I would say. But I don't know, I just loved Dustin this season. I think people were annoyed that him and Steve were fighting the whole time, and honestly, that led me to believe that maybe one of them would die, but then no, nothing. And then the finale with Steve, like in the first 20 minutes, like hanging off the cliff.
Don't get
people saying they were genuinely scared he was gonna die. Don't piss me off. They did that to
no.
me.
For me, you know, my genuine reaction was like, finally.
No,
not saying
the internet's gonna kill you for that one.
Okay, not Steve's death. I'm like, finally committing to a death. I'm like, you know what? Maybe they were teasing us and building the tension. This is like the last 100 pages of a fantasy book. You know what I'm saying? And finally,
that's true. That's true.
My
That's
God.
true.
And all of a sudden, Jonathan, God damn it! Oh my God, bro. Okay.
That's okay though. I
That's
think
fair.
that killing Steve was a little too much. Like we didn't need to do that to the girl.
No, but they know. That's the thing.
Yeah, of course they did
know.
that. They did that to troll.
They're like, yeah, just kidding.
They did that to troll.
And that's not one of the first times they trolled us.
Yeah, dead ass. Karen should have been dead. Those are
Oh my God,
death-defying injuries. And you're
10 should
telling
have been
me
dead.
that 2 days after these death-defying injuries, she's able to get up out of bed and kill these Demogorgons by putting a bomb in the freaking laundry room and exploding them? That's a bad bitch.
That's a bad bitch right there.
What was I saying about Karen? Yeah, Karen, whatever. Anyways, everyone defies death, cool beans, everything. Now let's talk about the finale. And I thought the finale was good. I thought it was interesting, for sure. It was interesting how they beat Vecna in the first hour. They kill Vecna in the first hour. Probably the most gruesome scene of the whole season is Joyce like chopping his head off, Game of Thrones style, for real. I liked that, but I thought it was too easy.
What?
Just kidding. I don't know. I just thought it was too easy to kill him. I don't know. What'd you think?
I don't know. It felt. I felt like I was just so disappointed because I was like, damn, like it felt like Vecna gave up.
In a way, he kind of did, maybe.
But like, why? You're basically Thanos. Like I don't understand. Like why give up? Like we're on your herm turf. You know what I'm saying? Like we're on your herm turf.
Your herm turf.
And like you just like give up. It's like I guess the power of love. I don't know.
What? The power of love?
Like of like friendship and community and
He didn't
family.
care, though.
No, I'm saying of the people that kill him.
The Duffers.
The power of love from Joyce. Of herself.
I guess.
Girl, I'm trying to validate.
He died before that, technically.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like they defeated him before that. He
Oh
was
yeah.
Still kind of breathing. They were contemplating writing Vecna turning on the Mind Flayer and joining them and like helping them defeat the Mind Flayer.
That would have been T. Okay.
That's what the Duffers said they were contemplating with, but that it didn't fit well to the character because Vecna was so far gone now. I agree with that. I like that. Because the real villain has always really been the Mind Flayer.
But he could have pulled Darth Vader.
Easily, you can clock that back to season 2. Been the Mind Flayer. The Mind Flayer is the true evil, the true
So they
villain.
were contemplating doing a Darth Vader. Return of the Jedi when he goes to throw over Palpatine.
Oh, yes.
That's what they were contemplating. I think it would have made sense. Darth Vader was far gone, and he came back. He came back into
Okay,
the light.
but maybe they didn't feel that way for Vecna. They're
But
not all the same. Not everyone is Darth Vader. Damn, let Vecna live his life. His body was tea this season, and he just wanted to live his life. His body was tea.
He was bulking in that gym.
Jamie did a wonderful job. I think Jamie's a great actor. Yeah. But no, I could see why the Duffers would maybe want to do that, but I like that they didn't. I think that the thing of him being too far gone makes a lot of sense. Just the way he was defeated. I don't think he gave up, but I think they were too powerful to, he wasn't strong enough.
Sure, yeah.
If he would have kept the muscle, maybe he would have.
Exactly, fudge, bro. Yeah.
But yeah, I do like the scene of Joyce chopping his head off. It felt very full circle.
I think so.
Joyce doing it.
Yeah, I will say we didn't get a lot of Joyce this season.
Thank you. I'm glad you said it.
Why?
Because I'm gonna sound like the negative Nancy this whole video.
Oh, girl, you have no idea what's in my mind palace when it comes to Stranger Things.
Before we continue, we will we're splicing in positive things, of course, but I say all of these critiques out of love. I'm a big fan of the show. Isabella knows I have rewatched this show at least every time a new season comes out. I rewatch the old one. I deeply, deeply love this show. I praise the Duffer Brothers. They did something very impressive. They culturally reset a lot of things.
They literally they brought back D&D to the mainstream.
Right, they made it cool to be a nerd.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's they didn't get on a T-shirt.
So
trademark.
And it's an original concept.
Yes.
Okay. So I say all the critiques with love, but anyways, no Joyce.
What's going on?
Joyce used to be, I want to say, besides the 4 kids and 11, the main character, one of the main characters. She, in season 1 and 2 and 3, had very strong storylines. Even 4. Even in season 4, she's had a stronger storyline of finding Hopper in season 4 with Murray.
Yes.
But this season, it felt like they pushed her to the side. They really pushed her to the side.
No, I agree. I mean, I feel like that's what made Stranger Things such a wide audience to capture, because we have 11, which is the sci-fi people, the 4 boys, which is nostalgia, having that friend group and just following how we're gonna see them grow up, and then Joyce is I wouldn't say geared towards more the adults, but to those that are a bit more dramatic in situations, I would say, but for valid reasons. She's my son is missing. Why are y'all not taking me seriously? I don't understand. She's I would say, not even dramatic. Let me take that back. The most realistic one. She's acting the most humane.
Even though she sounds crazy or she looks like she's acting crazily, she makes the most sense. She's usually But it's they've turned her into, ever since Will fully got back. I'd say he fully gets established back in season 3, because season 2 he basically not gone, but he's basically gone again. He's possessed. In season 3, they've made her, rightfully so, her character moves towards a more protective mother who's doesn't want to let him do anything, but she was still important to the storyline, if that makes sense. She was still important to solving what was going on.
She felt like a babysitter.
Yeah,
She's
it felt
very I don't know how to say it in English, but contemplando a Will, it's okay, well, you got this, that's what it felt like in this season. Because
in the beginning she's I don't want you to leave, I want you to stay here, I don't want you to put yourself in danger, blah blah blah. But I just think they didn't give her, they really didn't give her a storyline that helped solve the issue or helped solve the defeat. She just, in almost every scene I can remember, she's off to the side or she's not really doing anything. The only monumental scene she has this season is when she puts herself in front of the kids in the barn with the Demogorgon to basically fight the Demogorgon. Mm-hmm. That's the only time she really does something that's worth saying, okay, yeah, she's back. Mm-hmm. That was it. That was literally it. There was nothing. I don't know. They also kept her and Hopper away from each other the whole season. After we finally get to see them be together at the end of season 4, you keep them away from each other most of season 5. It didn't make sense. I understand having to build the relationship of Hopper, or having the scenes with Hopper in 11 because of how it ultimately ends, and he loses 11 in the end. But we could have spliced in Joyce. I think
let's do it.
Joyce joining them down there would have worked out. because Joyce could have been like the mediator between them. Joyce could have been like the voice of reason who loves both of them and can see both their sides and is trying to help them like figure their shit out. I know the Duffers could have written it that way. I know they could have figured something out. So I don't know. I just think they kind of like they did a disservice to her character.
You know what
and Winona's such a great actress.
She gives me a Speak Now in the Eras tour.
What?
She gives me that vibe in the sense of like, we only got one song. That's it. We needed more of her.
Yeah.
We needed more
Joyce.
of her. Knowing Speak Now is one of the best written albums of our generation, the fact that we've got nothing this season. We got nothing. But she's like, but she's there, guys. Look. She killed Vecna.
Joyce's plot line was like,
what?
The Speak Now Eras tour, short and sweet. That was it.
That's
damn. Yeah, no, but I don't know. That really bugged me. And like in part 2, it just it got worse. Because part one she has more of a part to play, but in part 2 it really got worse. It was not there.
Because we're focusing so much on Holly and Max.
Like I said, I think the struggle of having to juggle so many characters was difficult for the writers, and that could have played a part in it. But if you're gonna have her do such a momentous thing like kill Vecna, shouldn't we have been building up to that? Like, yes, you can say the early seasons built up to that, but shouldn't we have been following some sort of through line, continuing it through season 5 to get there?
Yeah, I mean,
in honor of Joyce.
And literally in honor of Joyce, we did
one of the best scenes of the show ever.
Incredible.
I mean, that's all I really have to say about season 5. I'm not going to say it's the worst ending in the world because every series has its faults, and it's very hard to write a series finale because no matter how you write it or what you do, even if it's fan servicey, the fans aren't going to like it.
Yeah.
There's always going to be critiques, but for what it was, I appreciated it. I thought it was fine. I knew they were going to do some sort of like flash forward thing,
yes,
like seeing them later in life, which was cute. It was fine. Like it was okay. Like trying to see them move on from these eventful things from their past and start new life. Mm-hmm. We got to talk about, I guess, 11 dying. I personally think she died. She did. But the story Mike tells at the end is a way for them to like not lose hope of her, of who she is and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's to kind of like, and also for the audience to be like, she's happy somewhere. Mm-hmm. She's happy somewhere. But I truly think she sacrificed herself.
Well,
yeah.
I've been saying it in the trailers.
Yeah.
I
think the finale was fine.
What are your thoughts on with the theatrical release?
Oh, well, we didn't go because sold out in like 3 seconds. I thought it was cool. I think it was a cool concept to do it in theaters, but it's like, why? Why?
So I've been down the rabbit hole of Stranger Things, but I won't get too deep into it. But basically, what people were speculating why they did it was because people were saying that with this ending, mm-hmm, that there is multiple meetings that Netflix was a bit hesitant. They were like, we don't know if it's going to do well in the box office. We don't know how well fans are going to receive it. Not only that, with the structure of like having to try and show as many theaters at the same time. Like, okay, it was like, what was it? 8:05, 8:10, 8:15, like so close.
It was every 5 minutes, yeah.
Like it's very, very difficult. Like, how are we going to be able to execute this vision of yours? In a way to like, if we could showcase a finale in a theater nationwide, mm-hmm, relatively around the same time, mm-hmm, is it possible? And well, we saw that, and it was possible according to like, as of now, I think it has over $20 million. 25 in the box office, which is pretty impressive.
For not even a weekend. It was literally a day and a half.
A day, literally.
A night.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty cool. I found it very, honestly, kind of funny that Millie was in her hometown.
Bro,
that's so funny. But apparently that's not the first time. She goes there a lot.
I know. She vacations there a lot. My sister sent that to me, and I was like, "You're joking. You're joking."
That's crazy.
Shut up in the freaking Regal. That I would have been watching it in if I had stayed home.
Yeah, you know. I think that was pretty cool. Overall, I also enjoyed it, but there were so many times where I was not bored. That's such a dramatic term for me to use, but I did not feel like I could have gone to the bathroom, come back, and the plot didn't go anywhere. Yeah. In my case, in my opinion, because I did not feel this tension. I did not feel this sense of urgency for them to like solve the stuff. I enjoyed the moments of like all the team like working together. I think that's so cool. We forgot to mention like Robin. Robin, I think, was a really big character this season, from the beginning to the end of this.
Because she played a big part in Will's. I will say that's one storyline that they, I think, did very well was Will's character by using Robin to help him, you know, basically come to terms with who he is and, like, be proud of it. And, like, you know, we get the big coming out scene, which I thought was very well done. It had me emotional. It was beautiful. People online saying this is not important, shut up. You're secretly homophobic. Move on.
That's kind of the whole point of the show.
We've
been wanting
literally
Will to do that.
Let's calm down.
And apparently it took over 12 hours.
Wow.
To film.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god, bro! What a vulnerable scene to constantly do. 12 hours. That's a whole filming day.
But I think that the scene was necessary. It added something to Will's character. And to the rest of them as well, like they're accepting people, so that was good. Obviously, cried at the moment when Eleven's sacrificing herself and she pulls Mike into the freaking like dreamscape thing to basically say like I have to do this. I'm sorry. Like that shit got me. That didn't get you? You posted literally bawling your eyes out.
So the reason why I was crying was not because of the story. It was, for me, it's like on the production end of things. Like if I was working on something for over 10 years, I'm gonna be emotional. So that's like where my empathy comes through. I was like, my gosh, like what an emotional chapter to close. You're like, wow, like that's finally it. Like you're able to go on to other projects and like truly like look back and see from a bird's eye point of view like how much of an impact this show has had on you, on culture.
No, I cried
in
because
general.
11 saying goodbye to Mike was crazy. That like say goodbye to the others for me. How dare they? That was fucked up. It was fucked up.
Right. Sorry, I'm on the deep side of TikTok when it comes to the
You think she's alive?
Yeah.
But like that takes away from.
Well, yes, it does take away.
If that happens and it's true, and they move on with something where like, she has a side plot, that's gonna piss me off.
Let me give you this question.
Even if she is alive, it'd still be emotional.
Every single season, I don't remember season 4 that well, but every single season, there's been a pretty brutal death. It's been pretty brutal. Like it's in our faces. These people are dying. Out of everyone, for them to choose to kill off, they don't make it any type of way of brutal. All of a sudden she's able to. The one thing I'm trying to conceptualize, you know, the little sonar things, the kryptonite, she walked through it like nothing. Am I psycho?
What do you mean?
The little like the kryptonite, like the satellites that like help her to not use her like powers or whatever, like make her like tweak out.
Well, that's what Mike says at the end.
But that's what we're saying. How did she walk through it?
That's what Mike says at the end when he tells his story. Is like that it was like a scheme that she was able to evade it because of her sister. Like her sister made an illusion that she was in the truck with them, but she wasn't. She had stayed inside.
But wouldn't that kind of break the curse because it's Elle being affected? Like it kind of, she's not able to be like meditative in that state to like help Callie.
She wasn't helping Callie. Callie was helping her.
I know, but in a way, like they are helping each other because that means that Callie would be able to do that for everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of power for her to do to like make Elle invisible. Wouldn't her, if she's walking through the kryptonite, wouldn't that halt her?
Who, Callie or Elle?
Elle.
Elle wasn't doing anything. Callie was. Callie's the one who creates the illusions. Elle's not doing anything. What I'm saying is that the illusion was that she was in the truck and she had stayed in already, so she didn't walk through.
But that's what I'm trying to conceptualize within the science of this world that we've seen. Her walking through the science lab, the kryptonite turns on. She freaks the fuck out. The moment that that they get there, wouldn't she be affected? That's what I'm trying to understand. You're telling me Callie's more powerful than the kryptonite?
No, but Callie's not close enough to the kryptonite to feel it. That was the point. Callie's still in that building that's like 2 miles out.
I know, but that's what I'm trying to understand. Like the magic within this world is that Callie, in a way, her powers are more superior than the kryptonite.
No, because she can't feel the kryptonite. Because when the same thing happens to her when Elle feels the kryptonite. The same exact thing. She like starts freaking out and she can't use her powers. But she has to be within range. if it worked worldwide, they would just have the kryptonite on at all times, and then they would feel it. Callie's like 2 miles out in that building that she died in.
I know what I'm trying to say, but it's not making sense, and that's okay. That's okay, because I know it's like the closest thing I can reference is like Harry using the invisibility cloak and him being with Voldemort. Like what I'm picturing is like Voldemort with being at so far a distance, he's able to affect Harry. He's able to tweak out, and to a point he could take off the invisibility cloak.
Different kind of magic though. So
but that's what I'm trying to say. Like, there's no way in the back of my mind that Callie is more superior. Even then, let's talk about this.
She's on a deep, dark path.
Callie is far away. Okay, number one, she's injured, and she's still more powerful than the kryptonite.
Well, I think the point was that what Mike says in his story is that she masked how injured she was and then her death to 11.
Then Callie, then she dealt with the explosion
she like in a way faked her own death.
Yeah.
She made them believe with her powers that she was bleeding out more and died, but she wasn't. She was still alive. Like she was still living. Like she was still at a point where her injury wasn't so bad that she didn't die.
Okay.
That's what.
And
Mike
then what happened
insinuates.
with Dr. K? What happened with all of them? Because they were supposed to bring more reinforcements. And in the finale, that's what Dr. K says. We gotta bring in more reinforcements.
I mean, they did bring in more reinforcements. I just think that was the reinforcements, because a lot of them died in the Upside Down, and then they had to bring more people.
But then they get no punishment after everything.
Who?
The people, like Hopper,
because Nancy,
no one gets punished by the government?
I mean, I guess not, because their true goal wasn't to punish people who were going in there. It was to just get 11 and create more, like, superhumans, basically.
Mm-hmm.
That was their whole goal. What are they going to do? Punishing and freaking torturing the other ones. They can't bring 11 back.
Well, because I'm trying to think from Dr. K's perspective, knowing that they captured Callie and Elle, I would think, me being the villain, they know more about these two people. There could possibly be more of them out in the world.
Okay, girl, but...
That's what I'm trying to think.
Girl, but they ain't got time to do all that. And also, no. They're, like, now you're thinking it too much. Like, that's unnecessary.
I guess
That's unnecessary. And also, I think Dr. K, like I said, she had one motive, and it was to get Elle. Because even if other people did exist, Callie's blood wasn't working to make them metahumans. Mm-hmm. She wasn't working. It wasn't working. That's why they needed 11, because 11 was a direct blood. Was the only one of the kids that came from Henry's blood that had the same level of power as Henry.
I think it would have been cool
I think you missed that one right there.
No, what I would have loved to see is they are theorizing that 11's blood would possibly work because Callie's isn't. So they're like, well, we only have one other.
No, they explain it. They explain it in part 2. They explain why 11 would be the one to...
But it's them theorizing because they
it's
don't
from
have...
Dr. Brenner's notes.
Yes, yeah. So I think it would have been cool to see in a way that it does work. To see like a very, very old blood sample of Elle's that they've had for as long of a time as possible to further solidify like it truly does work. Because theorizing is like, well, shit, yeah, I could... Of course, that's the only person that it would possibly work. If Callie's isn't, then it's Elle's. But I think it would have been cool to see that it truly is working, or that it could work. Like having one of the patients, like showcase, like it's a lot of testing that they're doing, but there's no like solution. Like the only, like I would say, the only result of like all the testing is Henry, Callie, and Elle, with all the experience that they've been doing throughout the whole show.
Because Henry, that's what the whole flashback that he's scared to go in the cave for is. He got his powers originally from some rock, from some other being that scientists were working on. So he's technically the first one. So that's why he would be the pure blood, like the most potent one. So when Dr. Brenner was giving it to other children, I guess it didn't work for everyone, but the only one who was able to, I guess, be as powerful as Henry was 11. And then that's why she becomes like the target for, I guess, everyone after that.
And what happened with the characters from the play? I don't see a lot of people like saying like there's like
I don't think
like fillers in the sense.
Like the Duffer said before, there's elements of the play in it, but there's no like direct plot lines in it. So like when they go through Henry's memories, that's elements of the play. All those scenes that you see through his memories are part of the play. The high school, the cave, all that stuff. All that's from the play. And then the Duffers have already said something about how like they're gonna do a prequel or spin-off of the Rock. So none of the original characters, but how the Rock in a different town, set in a different town, how the Rock came to be, how they found out about it, and how it affected a town before.
Oh.
Yeah. That's apparently what they have said in interviews that they're interested in doing.
Okay, so so like the origin story.
Which makes sense because like that is the thing that you leave the finale going, ooh, I would love to know more about that rock, like the origins of the rock and how it ended up in the scientist's hands and why was the scientist in this cave at this time, and like it seems interesting because the play, The First Shadow, is what we're talking about. The Broadway show is more about Henry's like childhood and life before he becomes Vecna.
Oh, okay, yeah, no. I hope they do a pro shot of the play. I think that would be pretty cool, especially after the finale.
Netflix, what the fuck? Do a pro shot of the play. You have the behind the scenes on Netflix, but no pro shot.
It's the
you
behind
expect
the scenes
people
of
to
the
watch
only
a
season.
you expect people to watch a behind the scenes when there's no access to a pro shot. Not everybody has seen that show.
No, what I don't understand, I was like, when they said documentary, I was like, oh my god, they're gonna have like 10-year-old footage. I was like, that's pretty sick. Like we're gonna see like maybe the first meeting. It's the last.
You watched it?
No, it's literally the last season. They're marketing the last, like that's what it says. I haven't seen it. It comes out the 12th. But from what I'm seeing on the poster, it's literally just them showcasing like the final hurrah. How I like to look at it, a big mega vlog of them doing the last season. And I'm like, what a missed opportunity. Y'all should have done a whole 10 year. There probably is footage. They are gonna showcase the kids going back and forth. I mean, they kind of been teasing it across media outlets like with Variety and Hollywood Reporter of them like looking back at their younger self. But I think it would have been truly cool to see like a long term, maybe even like a 2-3 part series or like documentary from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Because their journey of them pitching a show to Netflix over 10 times and then they're like, shit, finally, we'll give y'all a chance. That says a lot.
Maybe the Duffers will do it on their own. You never know.
Oh, true, yeah. That's true. Also, Hopper and Joyce, they finally got married?
Yeah, they get engaged.
But with the same ring.
I like that though. I think Jonathan gave it to Hopper
But
to
didn't she threw it?
To kind of insinuate like give it to my mom.
But I thought he threw it.
I think he did throw it, but I guess he picked it up. I don't. That's like shit to me. That is like it's not that deep.
Oh no, I thought maybe I missed the scene. Me going to the bathroom. I thought I missed the scene of him giving it to Hopper.
Maybe he just picked it up. He does give it to Hopper.
Yes.
But after Nancy throws it in the room, we don't get a shot of him picking it up. I don't think. Mind you, seen it once. Okay, this is just from what I remember. Yeah. But I'm going to assume that if he's giving it to Hopper later, it's because he picked it up. Maybe the Duffers didn't feel like it needed to be
like shown.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's valid. That's valid. Because I remember seeing, I was like, what the hell? And I loved the favorite comparison was like the fact that Jonathan in a militarized zone was able to get a bigger ring than Jeremiah from the Summer Security. It's a different time, y'all. It was the 80s. God. It was the 80s.
That fucking ring is never going to be let down, bro.
That prop designer that suggested...
But that was the point. The point was, I think that was the point.
A Pandora ring
because he didn't want to use his dad's money. Yeah, literally.
That's what I'm saying. A Pandora ring is bigger for visual purposes, not even the value of it. The fact you can barely see that ring on screen. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I mean, the music, iconic. We didn't hear Upside Down from Diana Ross. Is that the artist?
Diana Ross?
Yeah, sorry, Diana Ross. Yeah, we didn't hear it. I thought that we would. I thought that would be the song of the season. If that makes sense.
Not. Okay. Song of the season.
The
song of each, like the song of season 5. I think We're Alone Now. It's the one that like blew up on TikTok and that people. I think we're alone now. When Holly's singing, dancing in the house. That's the one that blew up, I would say, from this season.
Oh, okay.
Now, since the finale came out, I would say that Purple Rain by Prince and Landslide, Fleetwood Mac were like the more emotional chord ones. But I think the one that's been trending on TikTok is I Think We're Alone Now. Season 4, running up that hill. It's running up that hill.
I mean, No.
That's it.
That's no.
Season 1, I would say it's probably oh my God, what is it called? Should I stay or should I go? I would say that one's probably season 1. Season 2 and season 3 are pretty like, I would say season 2 for me, the most memorable one is Ghostbusters.
Oh, okay.
Because that scene is just iconic of them getting like dressed up
Yeah, no,
for Halloween.
I think so.
And then season 3, there's not really like a song that sticks out to me. If I really think about it, like going through my head, no. I don't really think there's a song that sticks out to me from season 3.
I don't watch Stranger Things frequent enough for me to like remember.
Yeah, I
a
don't think there's
song.
anything from season 3 that sticks out to me. If it does, it'll get back to me in a sec. But yeah, I don't know. The music is a big part of this show. Like obviously the nostalgia of the 80s and bringing back like artists from then and introducing them to people who don't know them now. I grew up on 80s music, so for me, I love every song.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm familiar with all the songs. I just like seeing other people actually familiarize themselves with it. So it's pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, that's enough of season 5, honestly, for me. Anything else you got to say about season 5?
No, I have my people online. I see y'all. Trust. I see y'all. Sorry. That's the one thing. Let me just say this.
Oh my God.
I am so sick and tired of people. The way that they are diminishing the intellect of the Duffer Brothers is honestly, it's quite fascinating. Because I'm on the side of things, like, I love a good theory. Like, I didn't believe Rep TV to my Swifties, but I like the game. I like the theorizing of it. I think it's fun because it's not harming anyone, okay? But I like going into things more of like the legal side and the marketing side because there are things that you have to do intentionally and there are rules you have to play with when it comes to the entertainment industry, especially with a show so international like Stranger Things. And there's just a lot of things that are, as Lucas says, it can't be a coincidence because when it comes to marketing, there is such thing as human error. I've experienced it, but it's 1% of the time. It gets removed. Or if it doesn't get removed, someone comes out and says, hey, this is the reality of the situation. There's so many things that they've been marketing across all Netflix accounts on all platforms that in the back of my mind, I do believe in the sense that there could be another finale. To the people that say no, there won't be, I say you're bam, boring and miserable. Because what I don't understand is like, why not theorize? Why not have fun? When I first heard of it, I was like, alternate ending, what the hell are y'all talking about? So I went down the rabbit hole because I'm very curious. So at first I started like surface level of like the Easter eggs throughout the show, throughout the season, the finale, and I'm like, okay, I see that. Okay. Then I went down on the marketing side of things. I'm like, that is a bit weird. Like, why are they doing all these things? Why are they saying all these things? There's a certain language you use when it comes to a finale that they are not using. But I was like, it's fine. It's not that serious. Maybe they're creating a new president. It's like I said, language is ever evolving. The legal side of things, when you are actually going to the legal side of the episode titles, of stuff being trademarked and all these things, that's when I start to believe it because this is such a huge IP for Netflix that I like to say this, by the time it gets to our screens, that shit has been through so many boardroom meetings for it to get executed the way it does. We talk shit about the American Eagle promotion. Yeah, it got greenlit. With Sydney Sweeney, yes, a lot of people... Oh, sorry, that's someone called me. A lot of people greenlit that shit. We don't like it. I don't like it. I assume you don't like it, whatever they were trying to market. But a lot of people went through that. People said yes.
Enough, honestly.
People said yes. So that's the rabbit hole I'm down under. It's like that's very interesting. They're doing a lot of things that are truly intentional, and the marketing has truly been so fun. I think me being a Swiftie, the Easter egg hunt, the way if you are a Five Nights at Freddy's fan but haven't like given Stranger Things a chance, it's the same level of investigation. Like it's so much fun seeing how deep people are going and seeing people do their homework and pull references. I was like, wow, I didn't even like think of that. So one of the things specifically that are in people's faces is that they are specifically showcasing Indiana Jones in the Last Crusade, the movie. Mm-hmm. That is intentional. They're not going to promote any movie just because, oh, look at the time that we're in. So they chose that because in the beginning of the film, there's a lot of parallels of the story in the movie that are showcased throughout the show. So I was like, that's tea. That is very, very interesting. There's another thing. I think I sent you a TikTok of a series of Stephen King books. And the same thing, there's 7 books. And at the end, the very last book, the creator, I haven't read those books, but the creator said the whole point of you as the reader that Stephen King was trying to promote is like, do you want to stop now? You should stop now. And you as a reader are trying to force yourself to continue to read because at the very last book, they are given a very happy ending. And based out throughout the series, it's very unexpected for Stephen King to do that. But you have to push through the last book, especially towards the end of the book, to really get the quote-unquote real ending. And apparently, I did not know this, but the Duffer Brothers are very big fans of Stephen King. In a way, they are paying...
As they should be.
They are paying homage to him. So they're saying this is very interesting to bring in that storytelling. And at the end of the day, I always say it's okay to have fun. I don't understand why it's such a big deal. I was actually talking to her about this yesterday, how a lot of people are saying the Duffer Brothers are not as creative as you think they are. It's only because of his ex-wife that the series is bad.
Oh, yeah, she told me that theory. Guys, why are you taking people's personal lives and trying to use that as like... What's the word?
Like a rebuttal of like, this is why it's bad.
Not even trying to use that as a way to like ruin them. In a like, I don't know, like diminish their creativity.
That's what makes me so sad. I'm like, you could say it's bad. You could say the ending is bad. You could say you don't like it. You could say you love it.
Yeah,
but to bring up the personal reasons as to why that possibly can be, that makes absolutely no sense.
Make it make sense.
I'm so sorry.
It's dirty.
I think it is dirty because maybe you are. I can understand the sentiment of like fans had better theories of the ending than what we were given, and I think that's kind of what's fun about being a fan is the fan fiction of it all, is the predictions, because it truly shows you how creative the fandom can be. But going back to Game of Thrones, it's like, I can understand why we were given the ending that we were, because we know they were rushed. But in this case, from what we know, the Duffer Brothers were not rushed. So even then, people that were taking their time, 10 years to write an ending of a season to an extent, right?
Of a series.
Of a series, y'all are still not happy.
Like I said earlier, no matter how they wrote it, no matter how fan servicey, it was never going to please everyone. Mm-hmm. And that's just how media works, okay? Mm-hmm. So, like, I like to critique, you like to critique, we like to give our opinions, but you got to respect the work and respect the craft.
Mm-hmm. I think so. Like, just overall,
the show is a very well-made show with a lot of influence, and a show that we will be talking about for years.
100%. I mean,
show that I'll look back on when I'm 60 and be like, back in my day, Stranger Things. Like,
people are they're bringing up Lost and how Lost the ending, how it was so like.
To be fair,
hey,
valid
has
one of the most booty cheek endings that I think you could ever write for a show, which is everything was fake. Yeah, when I saw the theory going on online of people saying like the Duffers aren't as good as you think of a writer, and saying that they're gonna do the whole. It was all imaginative. It's all a fake D&D game that they've been scheming up since they were little, and now we're gonna see it. Y'all are disrespectful. Because no, that's one of the worst. If that did happen, that's when I would say this is booty cheeks, and I was disappointed, because that to me is one of the most copped out booty type of endings ever. And it kind of works for Lost, because I guess of the circumstances, but to do that for a show that went on for 12 seasons is disrespectful.
That's crazy.
It's disrespectful.
That's what's crazy.
If that was a 1 season, 2 season show max,
okay, fair.
But for you to pull 10 years of drama, me get invested on all these characters just for you to say, guys, it was actually fake, they're all dead. If you've never seen Lost, well, sorry.
Spoiler. I'll put spoiler, I guess. I don't know. It's been how long?
That's
like,
not my business. If
it's
you
been-
haven't seen it, it's not my business.
It's been over 10 years. Like, I don't know what to tell you. But we will respect the ending of Game of Thrones. It hasn't been 10 years yet. It hasn't been 10 years yet. Once it's 10 years, bitch, we're telling you what happened. But, by then we'll have a lot of shows. The ending of House of Dragon. Like, we'll have a lot.
But, yeah, no. That's the only time I would say that, like, it's a cop-out, especially for a show like this. I believed in the Duffers better, like their skill in writing. I believe that they had a better way of ending it, and they did what they did, and it's what it is.
It is what it is, yeah.
Moving on to the cultural reset that this show had on not just like TV, but like culture.
I agree.
We grew up with this show. Season 1 came out when we were the same age as the kids, like as Mike, Will, and them. So we got to see this show throughout the years of growing up. It was always talked about. Do you probably don't remember, but do you remember when you first watched Stranger Things?
Yeah, I was in 8th grade.
Okay, there you go.
Because you
joined it just a little bit later.
I thought it was a horror show. I genuinely thought the way
technically, it's a little scary.
Well, the way that my younger self imagined it to be, I genuinely thought it was a horror show, like an American horror story.
Like It.
Yes, like It. I genuinely thought, I was like, that's what it is. I'm okay. But as I got older, I was like, okay, you know what? I'll give it a chance. I watched it like 12 p.m. in the afternoon because I was like, I don't like scary stuff. But when I watched it, I was like, wow, man.
It's a good story.
Incredible season 1. And I think around the time, I think season 2 was announced or going to be announced or something like that. So that's why I watched it. Because season 2.
You joined it in at that time too.
People were hyping it up.
That's when I joined in it too. When season 2 was being promoted.
Yes, yeah.
Season 1, I went and watched it, and then I was anticipating season 2. So basically, very early on, both of us.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I just remember it. It was always part of the reset. My favorite season is personally season 3. I've seen that one the most, and it also is I remember watching that. Like I remember time and place when I watched it. I actually watched it the night before I was leaving on a trip to Canada, and then I finished it on the plane ride to Canada that morning. And it was just, and then we rewatched it again when we were in the house in Canada because my mom and her friend wanted to see it. So that was just my favorite. I think it has the best storyline. I think it's the most fun season, but still evolving the plot line. My only critique is the Russians. Russians never even made it back to season 5, as we can see. But I think it was very 80s, and it was just so entertaining and so action-packed, and it introduced us to new dynamics within the characters that, are the ones that we became, obsessed with now. Like Steve and Dustin, Max and Lucas, Erica, we love Erica, but yeah.
Yeah. No, I love this show. After watching season 1, I was like, wow, this is something I've never seen before. Did not expect I don't know what I was expecting, but I was expecting it to be a true horror show, but it's not what I thought it was in the best way.
Did you ever rewatch it?
I rewatched it, I think, once or twice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I say rewatch season 1 and 2, the earlier seasons.
Yeah, I'm not someone who rewatches the show religiously. I'm a surface level fan. But I've seen at least every.
Not anymore. Not with those theories you diving into.
No, but that's what I'm low-key I wouldn't mind.
She's obsessed, guys.
Yeah, I think it seeing.
She's like Vecna wired into all her tubes.
Oh my god, it was. It's really
Instagram.
Cool because that's once again.
We can't go back to it.
No, I'm saying that's the beauty about the community that Stranger Things has cultivated. Yeah. I genuinely think having them say from the very beginning, everything that we do is with intention. Every prop that we use is with intention. It's they're telling you to truly digest this film, this show like nothing before. Mm-hmm. And I would say comparing it to Game of Thrones, yes, everything is very particular. You got to pay attention to dialogue. It's very, very specific with Game of Thrones, but to the level of which Stranger Things, it's wow, I did not pick that up the first time. And not in the sense of foreshadowing. It's just what they were saying in that moment. Game of Thrones, it's pay attention because it is going to be what they're saying now. It's going to affect what's happening in the future.
Crazy foreshadowing.
But that's George R. R. Martin's great.
I mean, I would say Stranger Things does that too. Good foreshadowing because it does. It does. I just wish that they had focused more on like, yeah, Vecna becomes this big bad, but the real big bad is the Mind Flayer. And I wish we would have seen more of like that work out. But I guess we might get to see that if they ever do a prequel show on the Rock and the existence of the Rock, because that's technically where the Mind Flayer, like the entrance to the Mind Flayer is like upside down. So we'll see. But yeah, I guess like the last like real question I have is what's next for the Duffer Brothers? What's next for Stranger Things? And will we ever be the same?
Well, obviously, to answer the last question, no.
And will there ever be another show with that sci-fi like quality? Like I was telling I don't remember what I was telling somebody that I think sci-fi is a genre that doesn't get enough appreciation and love. But it was my coworker because we were talking about the new Steven Spielberg movie coming out this year, Disclosure Day, and how like it's actually thinking back, what's the last sci-fi movie that I really saw?
Begonia. You're saying saw, you didn't say liked. You said saw. Right.
But yeah, like which one am I really seeing that taps into like a true sci-fi element?
Maybe Inception?
I don't think so.
It's kind of sci-fi.
That one's more
it's a thriller in a sense.
We just saw it yesterday.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, I mean, like, of new releases. Right.
I'm thinking about Begonia, that's it.
Yeah,
I can't think of anything
that did
else.
well.
Dune?
Maybe I'm not just tapped into sci-fi enough to, like, even be there, but I guess, yeah, Dune. So I feel like Stranger Things in the TV, like, realm is, like, one of the most successful sci-fi shows to be out there. It's a sci-fi drama. So
there's more, but they're at different.
I'm sure
there's Foundation. Foundation is a pretty good sci-fi show. Severance, to an extent, is a.
Severance is technically. I've never seen it.
It's kind of sci-fi. I haven't seen it before, but people say it's like sci-fi / like psychological thriller-esque. But it's like, what do you what's sci-fi? You know, that's the real question. What do you consider a sci-fi film?
So that kind of leads into the question of like, what's next for the Duffer Brothers? Do we think they're going to continue on a new project that's, you know, within the sci-fi genre? Do you think they're going to totally flip the coin and do something else? Like, I don't know. Like, they seem like the next thing they do is really going to prove how good of writers they are and how good of a producers they are.
That's the problem that happened with the Russo brothers. Everyone's like, oh my god, for Infinity War and Endgame, they're like, these are some of the best writers that we've seen in a very long time. In that moment in time, then you see the progress that they've done after, not as well, but still in the sci-fi type of realm. So if I were to pitch something, it's not gonna happen. But to mention, they know how to write a good female character. I'm trying to think like, could it be better? Of course it could be better. It can always be better. But I think
a man's lens this is not to critique gender and all that shit, but a man's lens on writing a female character is never going to be as in-depth or as well as a woman's, just because the same way that it wouldn't be true for me writing a male character.
It's difficult, but I think they did a pretty good job.
Yeah, no, they do very well with their female characters.
Yeah, I didn't feel like they were diminishing their skills or their persona, or they didn't like sexify them the way, you know.
The way that it would have been probably in the 80s, yeah.
Exactly, so I think they did a really good job. So I think it would be very cool to still tap into those story writing skills, is really write like badass female characters.
I kind of see them doing a movie next.
A movie? I don't know. I
don't know. Like, it'll just be interesting to keep an eye on them and see if they even move on and do something. I wonder how much time they're gonna need to like really move away from Stranger Things, or have they been working on things since like early seasons of Stranger Things?
Especially those big breaks
that they probably didn't want to like do because they didn't want to give. If they can't give their full focus to it, they seem like those type of people. If they can't give their full focus to it,
like why?
Right. So it'll be interesting to see what they do next. Now, what's next for Stranger Things?
Like as the franchise as a whole.
Yeah, because it's becoming a franchise. They have already announced an animated series, which is coming out this year, I believe.
It's a filler season.
It's supposed to take place between seasons 2 and 3. That like 6 months. It'll be interesting to see. I'll be watching it because the animation looks cool.
Yes,
I'm interested to see if they cast a new voice actors. Are they pulling a Clone Wars? So we'll see there. And then we have the Broadway show for Shadow, which honestly, I'm like 80% sure they're gonna adapt that into either a movie, or a movie. Honestly, like what to make or pro shot it to make it more accessible.
I think it would be cool for them to do a pro shot.
I think so too. And then the potential, like just spoken about prequel that they're talking about The Rock. So I'm sure there's gonna be more for it.
I think it would have been very cool if they were able to expand on like different maybe sections of America being affected by. I mean, I like that they specifically chose a small town. I don't think it would make sense for them to choose a city like New York or like Los Angeles, but them doing such a small town, I think that's really cool. But it would have been more interesting to see if what's gonna happen, what could have happened. I would say if other cities were affected in that sense. But
I think they would probably explore that in that prequel.
Yes, yeah.
Because The Rock, I'm sure, was probably found somewhere, unless they just choose to hone in on only Indiana, and just keep it local, in that area. But I don't know. It would be interesting to move it somewhere else.
Yeah, I think it would be cool I mean, they kind of did with Russia in a way.
Well, yeah, that's true. They could even do a spin-off about that, and
because what happened?
A whole other storyline in Russia, and how is it still
is it active there
in Russia?
Yeah, we don't know. So I think that would be cool. I would like for them, in the back of my mind, it's not gonna happen, but it would have been cool for them to tap into a fourth wing because of how they know how to do Easter eggs. It's not going to happen. We already got a writer. Calm down, y'all. Please don't freak out. But seeing how many Easter eggs and go back to this, a lot of references and stuff, I could see them being able to adapt.
They need a writer like that for fourth wing. Yeah.
I could see them being able to adapt it like that with that Sherlock Holmes type of mindset. But I think fantasy, they know how to do fantasy. Just D&D is all about fantasy and creativity and storytelling. So I think that would have been very cool for them to tap in. Game of Thrones, they really could.
They talk about revive it?
No, they the universe.
Don't pull a Moana on me.
Oh, I hope I'm dead. Oh, hell no. No, but you know what I'm saying? Them tapping into the Game of Thrones universe, I think they could do
that could be cool.
I think
but it is very different.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's
very different, yeah.
I think they could do it.
It's very difficult with major shows that take up a decade of life, like a Game of Thrones, like a Stranger Things, like a Lost, like so many shows. Gossip Girl, Glee, The Vampire Diaries, big things that people are known for and will always be known for. It's always hard to move on from it or recreate it. Well, I think things like the Gossip Girl spinoff didn't work.
Pretty Little Liars,
Legends didn't work. Stuff like that. So I think that if they're smart, they'll leave it as it is and do those small little things related to it. And that's it. And that's it. But definitely one of the best shows of our generation.
Yeah. I think they did such a good job with making it suit in the 80s because it's only going to age better. Everything about it, there's a reason why they chose that era. Do you imagine?
One thing that'll never go out of style is nostalgia. So.
Yeah, but I think they did such a good job. I think overall, reviving music that maybe people haven't even wanting to tap into in years. They're like, oh, I'm not really into the 80s. And vice versa. They're like, wait, I want to listen to the 80s music now. Really explore that genre of music. And that culture of music, I should say. But no, I'm really excited. I think they set a new precedent. I'm hoping that, I was going to say the next big show that's going to take over 10 years is going to be Harry Potter and Narnia. Those are the next big competitions, I would say, in terms of how long a show is going to take to finish. But
even then, it won't be as impactful because it's not original.
I agree.
The most impactful things are never the remakes.
Yeah.
And never the live actions.
I agree.
So yes, those will be big things.
But
people will be on the lookout for the Harry Potter series. Of course, we will.
We will. But what I'm saying, it's more like the competition from the stuff that has been announced show-wise. That's the only competition in comparison we'll be able to have to from, I would say, before this it was Game of Thrones, but I'm really excited. I cannot wait to see. I hope the industry continues to give original shows a chance, and to the screenwriters
being a lesson in maybe you shouldn't reject so many.
Yeah, but not only that, be persistent. Oh, listen, I can understand, especially like in this industry, the amount of no's that people hear. But sometimes you need to hear the no over 10 times before the yes. And I think that truly shows you to like a lot of people, like in our age, you know, the next filmmakers and stuff, to truly like be annoying. You can never be too annoying, in my opinion. I mean, they might send you a cease and desist and be like, leave us alone, but at least you're trying. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least you're trying, and
All within legal bounds.
all within legal bounds. I think that's really cool. It truly shows you how passionate they are, and to continue to truly drive passion for the projects that you have. And I'm so happy that none of the actors quit. I think that's the biggest thing of all. Like, a lot of times actors halfway they're like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't like this
What's
stuff.
next for the actors?
What's
next for the actors? I mean,
Yeah.
that's another big part of this. Is like now they'll always be known for this monumental role.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see them break away. Some of them have already tried to
Yes.
break away while in it, but I mean, it'll be interesting to see where they go.
As of now, the only people that haven't announced anything is, I think it's Noah, Millie, Winona, and Maya.
Winona.
No, I'm not saying that she won't be working.
No, I'm just saying Winona, move her aside. Winona been established. Winona's known for other things.
Yeah.
Maybe to us she's known as Joyce, but Winona been established.
No,
Winona,
that's
so,
okay. But announced projects, they're the only ones that have it.
a good one to put in comparison to someone like a David Harbour, but he's broken out while in it. But David Harbour is a good example because he became popular and famous within this show as an older actor now.
Yeah.
Noah, I truly believe Noah Schnapp will not be doing any more work, and not because
Not what y'all are
thinking, but because he really seems in this press role for this season and in the tours he's doing, is that he truly is happy living a normal life, and he's the only one who's enrolled in college, who's actively doing school, who actively is looking at a future past that's not associated with Hollywood. That's what it seems like. He's like gonna be like Millie's bestie, and that's how he'll always be Will Byers. But I really don't think he's gonna do anything. And maybe that'll change for him, but from the way I'm seeing him now, it doesn't seem like he's gonna do anything. Finn Wolfhard, maybe he'll keep acting because he is a very good actor. He's kind of giving Timothy vibes. I've always said it. But I truly think that right now he's kind of like, I don't know what I want to do, because he's doing music, acting.
He has a few projects on
But it seems like he might want to pursue directing too.
Yeah.
He has hell of a summer. Caleb, I think Caleb is gonna thrive. They just need to give him more roles.
Yeah.
But he said it. He's interested in being Miles Morales.
I'm down.
I'm down, but he gotta learn to be Puerto Rican. Just
That's
look.
the only thing. That's the only. But it shows you he has interest in superhero films. There's so many superheroes he can fit somewhere.
Speaking of superheroes, of all of them, the one who's gonna have the most, in my perspective, has the most successful career now is Sadie Sink. She's talented in all areas. She does theater, she does film, she does TV. Okay, she does it all. And she's expanded her work while working in on the show. So I think she has a good future ahead of her. And then Millie is definitely we were having this conversation yesterday, she's more on the influencer side, where she does like smaller movies and more like goofy movies that maybe don't do as well to pay the checks. But
for the love of the game.
Her true thing is, I think, being a businesswoman and being an influencer. Yeah. So I think she likes that. But yeah, I would say it'll just be cool to see where they all go. And then, of course, Mr. Joe Keery. Well, that man is Joe. That man is focusing on his music. I really don't know if he'll do any more acting.
I don't know.
He didn't pursue anything else during his time on Stranger Things.
He did a few other projects.
He did? Oh, what did he do?
A few films. I don't know the names, but I
Good
saw
for
it
him.
For his discography. I think.
Didn't even see them. I've been following him since literally 2021, and I've never seen him promote it.
Oh, but yeah, no. If you just look.
Good for him.
His filmography.
Yeah,
he got some stuff.
And then Maya Hawke, girl's going places.
Girl,
I mean, she a nepo, so
she's
she's gonna get there.
Yeah.
I do love her though. But yeah.
No, yeah, I think overall, I hope the actress that portrays Erica, I hope she continues in Hollywood. And she's so young that maybe that's not what she really wants, but I see her thriving.
She's funny.
She's funny. I understand that's the kind of character they gave her, but the way it was so unbelievably natural to her, I was like, I know she's funny in real life too. I know she is. So I think she needs to tap into the comedy. Her like satire stuff. I think she could do very, very well.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, no, I think that's basically.
David Harbour, I think, will still keep acting. I mean, he's in the MCU right now, so
my
as long as they'll keep him there, he's got a job. And then the guy who plays Murray, also hilarious. Hopefully, we get to see him in some comedies.
Oh my god, that's one of my favorite scenes is when we see Mr. Clark and he's like, the librarian. That was so unbelievably funny. The monitor turned off, but it's fine. That was probably my favorite scene. I'm not gonna lie, because he kept bringing up like, what did she say? Does it start with a C or an S? Like he kept like bringing up the term that the librarian calls Mr. Clark throughout the rest of the series.
Oh, the nickname.
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah, I don't remember.
But that was
Cookie?
No, it wasn't Cookie. It was I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you're saying though. I know when you find it, you'll find it.
Yeah, I was like, dude, that's so good.
But yeah, I mean, Stranger Things has been a ride, and it's been a good 10 years.
It's been a great 10 years. I'm so excited for everyone, for the cast and the crew. I cannot wait to see what other projects they all pursue. I hope the Dover brothers tap into fantasy, please.
Tap in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really all we have. We spoke a lot, guys. I mean,
spoke a lot.
we gotta divulge. I need you guys to speak.
Speak. What's that? I forgot what it is. Never mind. I was like in my mind, I hear like a video on TikTok of like something speak. But with that being said, welcome to 2026. Starting off with a strong banger, Stranger Things. Yeah.
We got a lot of shit lined up for you guys this year.
Yes. A lot. Oh wait, yes. Next week, keep an eye out for Screen Sips.
Keep an eye out. People we meet on vacation is coming, y'all. It's coming, and we're not ready. I'm ready, but I'm not ready.
I'm not. Y'all are not gonna be ready for the type of cycle.
And I will probably be watching this 2 times before.
At least, because I know it's gonna be good.
I am excited.
Summer's here.
Yeah, if you haven't gone to see our Emily Henry fan casting, go check that out.
Yes.
Her stuff is getting adapted, okay?
Trust.
We also got Taylor Jenkins Reid stuff getting adapted. This is the year of book adaptations being announced.
Yes.
We getting tons.
Yes.
We're getting tons.
Yeah, but I'm like, that's the kind of the downside though, because you're like, when?
I know.
That's the frustrating part. You're like, can you give us at least?
And sometimes it's not a guarantee. Sometimes it's like canceled. Pick back up again, canceled.
Yeah.
Fourth Ring,
and also Actar got picked up by Netflix.
Canceled.
So, but there's a reason why. But I think, don't give our hopes up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know. Like, why are you
don't
guys like
announce it until we're given behind the scenes.
Yeah.
At least a slate or a graphic of the show. You know what I'm saying? At least. I don't want the cast. Don't give me the cast. Except if it's Fourth Ring, well, yes.
Oh, I want the cast so bad.
So bad. That's
that's all we really have. Just be on the lookout. We appreciate all the support and the growth last year. You know.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Yes, thank you. Make sure you're following us on Instagram and TikTok. It's all Phantom Rumor Cafe everywhere, all day.
Everywhere, all at once.
Yeah.
That's all. Alrighty, guys. Bye-bye.